Hello, everybody. Today I'm joined with Courtney Keys, the owner of Touch of Prestige Home Staging. Courtney and I have had a long run of working together on many projects, and today I thought I'll introduce her to all of you, and she can share her insight and her professional advice with us to how to get our homes ready for the spring market. A little delayed, but the spring market. Welcome, Courtney.
Thank you. Thank you.
How are
Like
you
you
doing?
said, I'm good. I'm good. We're
How are you
hanging in
holding up in
there.
the time of COVID right now?
Just doing what we can, staying home. That's all you can do. And like you said, we're going to talk a bit about how we can prepare our homes for sale since we have a lot of this extra time at home. It's the best time to do those little projects to be ready for
Absolutely.
the delayed spring market.
Yes, yes. So yeah, please. So how are you finding right now working? Because
Mhm.
how are you working right now in this no touch, no feel kind of market?
Yeah. So right now we're offering e-consultations. So very similar
Okay.
to what we would normally do with a client, where we walk through their home, take a look at their existing space, the furniture, the walls, the clutter, everything. We do
Mhm.
that now. We can do that all remotely. So what we're
Okay.
doing is we have the clients take a video walkthrough of their entire home,
Okay.
slow focusing on everything, and then as well as photos. And that way they can send them all to us in a Dropbox, and we'll review them all. And then once we've reviewed everything, given the same recommendations, same as we would do in person, then we'll do a video call with them to go over everything.
Oh, excellent. So you
Yeah,
prepared similarly what we've done in the past. You were doing the
exactly.
report and everything, so you could just send that out. Oh, that's
Yeah, so same
amazing.
thing, do room by room recommendations. And like we're saying, and then they can get started on that now. So even if they plan to list when things are a little bit less crazy, at least they can get the consultation out of the way and then start doing all those preparations.
Okay. And
Yeah.
how are the furniture rentals happening? Are they happening right now?
Some places are still doing them, but it's kind of a case to case basis. We understand
Okay.
that there are people right now that do need to sell for whatever reason there may be. So there is still options out there. We understand
Mhm.
that some people have either already bought and then need to sell, or they've already sold and need to buy. So we're still
All
there to
right.
support them
Okay.
as things
I'm
are
really excited to
there.
hear your tips on getting the house ready for
Yes,
when we
yes.
actually start getting into the real spring market. So
Yeah.
yeah, please give us your advice on that.
Absolutely. So number one, and that's usually our top recommendation on every consultation, is decluttering.
Okay.
So decluttering, or say editing out certain
Better
items
word.
people have in the house. Yeah, yeah. Because it's not clutter; it's your cherished belongings. But now that we have all this time at home, it's the perfect way to start. We always think it's about pre-packing as well. So you look at something as like, are you going to want to take this with you? So might as well pack it up and get rid of it now if it's not something
Yeah.
that you're going to want in your next home. So that's the best way. Start small. Don't get overwhelmed and rip everything out of every cupboard. Do one room at a time and start
Okay.
to kind of really go through and edit, and start to look at rooms differently and how you'd want it to present, and start getting rid of some of that clutter is the easiest place to start. You can
Okay.
start doing some of those things on your own, or if you need some advice as well, we can help recommend items to keep, items to pack away, and items to donate. One thing to remember though is the donation centers are closed right now, so you'll
Okay.
have to pack it all up and keep it in a space. Don't drop them off at those bins because it'll just get left there and ruined.
Oh, okay. Good to
Yeah,
know. Good to know.
yeah. So
And
definitely decluttering is one of the best first steps, and it's very,
absolutely.
yeah.
Now that we're all stuck at home, I think it's a good time in generally to declutter our lives and our homes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Spring cleaning, and to make use of some of this time that we have.
Excellent. And what would be the next advice?
And next advice would be any small repairs around the house as well. Something that you wouldn't need a contractor or a tradesperson to come in,
Mhm.
but something that you can tackle on your own. It's a good time to do those things. You have a loose cabinet in the kitchen, or if you're handy enough to replace a faucet, and all those small little to-do lists that haven't been to-do. Now's the time to kind of get going on those things as well. Yeah.
Okay. And even I think, what about small paint jobs? Do
Exactly.
you
That
think
would have been
we
my
can take those
next one
on?
as well. Definitely, definitely. There are, I think a lot of the paint stores are still doing orders, and then you can pick
Mhm.
it up on the curbside pickup. So
Okay.
if it's even just touch-ups, or getting the marks off the walls, that sort of stuff you can definitely do right now. And even a full paint job if you have a room that needs a complete revamp. We can help recommend colors for you, and you can get that done right now as well. They'll drop off all
Excellent.
the tools and supplies and paint that you need at the curb, so you can still get that done right now.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And what would be any other advice?
Other advice would be cleaning, deep
Oh,
cleaning.
very
Yes.
important, I must say. As a realtor, I
Yes.
know it makes a huge difference when you walk into a dirty house versus a clean house.
Yes. Yes. Of course, you know, you don't know how long it's going to be until the market's back to where it was before, but the deep cleaning that can still be done now, you know, like getting the cracks around the windows, doing the outside of your windows, all that stuff that kind of gets neglected.
Mhm.
Now's a good time to get really deep in there, deep clean the appliances. People open the stove, people open the microwave. You got to get in there.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think when I go out for showings with my clients, I always tell them that, go through everything because this is your future home that you're looking
Hmm.
at. And, my clients do end up opening the drawers. And, if they see dirty crumbs in your kitchen drawer, it is
Yeah,
quite a turn off. Like,
it is.
and if they see a dirty fridge, I think that's the worst
Mm-hmm.
to see.
It
So
needs to show the house is well kept and well loved overall. So all those little things make a
absolutely,
difference. Yeah.
absolutely. And is there any other advice for you for our people to hear right now from you
I think those
regarding?
are the good ones to start with. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
that'll keep
definitely.
people busy enough.
I think so.
Excellent. And Courtney, I remember us chatting about some stats for staged
Mhm.
homes versus unstaged home, and I'm pretty
Yes.
sure people would want to know that. If you want to share those with us, please.
Absolutely. So one of the stats that's probably even obviously higher now than it was before, but even before all this happened, over 90% of homes are viewed online before someone went into the home. And I can imagine that even after everything goes back to quote unquote normal, that's still going to be very important. So
Mhm.
that's why having a staged home and having amazing photographs and the virtual tours and all that is so important because people start their search online first
Uh-huh.
now more than ever, of course. But
Absolutely.
even going forward, I can't imagine it's gonna, it's things are gonna be changed for the future as well. So having those incredible photos is what really is going to bring the buyers into your home, and that's what you
Uh-huh.
need first and foremost. And one of
And
the other statistics as well is, on average, an unstaged home remains on the market for about 152 days, I think was the average, and a staged home on average sells in 18 days.
wow,
So that's
that's
a
a huge
big,
difference.
that's a big one. Yeah. So if you
Yeah.
think about just the carrying costs as well, 18 days versus 152, just the carrying costs that you'd incur in those extra amount of time versus what you would pay for staging it's a no-brainer.
Yeah, we when we go to show homes, we can tell right away if a home is staged or not. When I know
Mm-hmm.
the home is staged, I know that the house is going to show well. My clients are going to be happy.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to
Yeah.
find clean house, and
Mm-hmm.
the decision is much faster from my
Yeah.
clients. I've noticed, when they're going into a staged home, because the way it's put out, they can see themselves in that house versus the
Mm-hmm.
homeowner in that house.
Exactly. It's all about, you know, depersonalizing. There's no family photos, there's no clutter, there's no memorabilia like that. And like you said, it's a quicker decision because they're looking at the actual home itself. They're looking at the focal points and the features, not the
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
And you are very good at enhancing those features. I've worked on many
Thank you.
projects with you, and you've always done a great job. Well,
Thank
thank
you.
you very much, Courtney, today for hopping on this call with me and sharing your professional advice.
Of
And,
course.
we look forward to working with you in the future.
I
And you
can't wait.
stay
Looking
safe.
forward to it.
Yeah.
You, you too. Stay home.
All right. Take care. Bye.
Bye.